Good evening. I'm Debbie, and we're keeping it simple tonight with Testa's Pantry. Thought we would make some roasted beets. It's kind of the end of the season, so I thought I'd get the last of them while I'm able to. Love roasted beets. This time, I've been making the last couple of times the golden beets. I really do like them. The flavor is a little bit more mellow than the red beets, but you can make whatever kind you want. So when I first started doing beets a few years ago, the first time I made them, I actually boiled the beets. And then I decided somebody had said to roast them, so I put them in a roasting pan together after scrubbing them and drizzled them with some olive oil. And so I did them that way, but I really like to do them individually. And the reason I do is because they maintain their tenderness, and they're very moist. So what I do is, after trimming them and scrubbing them, I use a little brush to scrub them. I drizzle a little bit of my Hojiblanca olive oil on put the beet right there on a little square of foil. Drizzle it with some olive oil, which not too much, you don't need a lot. And I use the Hojiblanca because that goes really well with just about any kind of roasting. And it's nice for vegetables. I sprinkle it with a little bit of a mixture of a combination of salt, sea salt, and garlic powder. And I do that just to give it a little bit more flavor while it's roasting. I wrap it up tightly and put it in the pan. And then I roast these at 375 for about an hour, depending upon the size. This size here will take about an hour. If they're any bigger, then they'll take about an hour and 10. So then when they come out of the oven, they're usually a little hot, but see how nice and moist that is? So you just take and peel it down. And sometimes the skin slips right off, sometimes it doesn't. And this is very hot. This just came out of the oven, so a little bit hard to peel because of my fingers. But we just peel the skin off here very nicely, and then we're going to slice them up. The nice thing about beets too is, if you're able to get them fresh from the farmer, is that you get the tops, and I love to use the tops. I cut them off and clean the leaves, and I steam them. Just blanch them quickly, throw them in the freezer so that in the winter time we can have greens and beans, and it's really good. I do southern style beans, beans with the beet greens. Oh, it's delicious, absolutely lovely. All right, so now we're going to take the beets and we're just going to slice them, and it's as simple as that. Just very easily slice them. Put them, I like to put them on top of arugula myself, but we can just put these right in this bowl here. And they're so pretty. Look at how pretty those golden ones are. Aren't they lovely? They have a nice variegation to them. Now I'm going to just use a tiny sprinkle of salt on these. Not a lot. And instead of using olive oil on them again, I'm going to drizzle with a little bit of our Oro. Now, of course, I'll use more beets than that, but that's enough for now. Now, what I really like to do is to complete it, but these are too warm now. I'm not going to put the cheese right on top. This is goat cheese. It's just a simple goat cheese, plain. You can get it with herbs if you prefer. I prefer the plain, and you just take and slice a little bit of that on top of the beet, on top of arugula, and you have a really lovely salad that is delicious, a nice vegetable, and there it is. It's very simple. If you have any questions, just let us know, and thank you again for watching.